Welcome on in, everyone, to As Seen on TV on Games Done Quick Hotfix. I'm Nichole, and I will be your host tonight for this very, very spooky episode. We have not only Resident Evil, but we also have Silent Hill, which are two of my favorite games, or rather, series of games that exist. And I figured what better way to start off the almost October and, episode 1 of season 3 with the spooky stuff. So it's Resident Hill. We're calling tonight Resident Hill, which is like, I probably could have workshopped that a lot better. Silent Evil maybe even would have been better. I digress. GDQ 2025 will be live from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania from January 5th through the 12th. Registration and hotel booking are now open. Visit gamesdonequick.com and check the GDQ 2025 important dates section to learn more. Runner and volunteer submissions will be open on... They're open. They're open to October 6th. So if you would like to be a runner or if you would like to volunteer, please feel free to check that out and get those applications in. And with that announcement, we are going to dive right into our first game of the night, which is Resident Evil 1 Remake with Marforia. Mar, take it away.
Hello everyone. My name is Marforia. I will be running Resident Evil 1 Remake. We're running New Game Plus today with Mr. Chris Redfield. So this is a super fun run because it's really, really fast. And it's one of my favorites to do just because you get to run around and blow things up. So so we start that by loading a save. And we go to once again mode here, and we run it on very easy because that is the fastest. And that's pretty typical for New Game Plus runs across any game, especially Resident Evil games as well. So we'll go ahead. We'll select that. We have Chris here now. Pay attention to what he's wearing right now. So, but before we do that, on commentary tonight, I have my bestie, Miss Catlink.
Hello, everybody. I actually haven't really had much experience with the Chris run, but it's always exciting to see a good, solid Chris run and New Game Plus at that too. I don't think I've ever really done New Game Plus either. I'm just excited to see you go at it with this.
Yeah. If y'all don't know, I run like 6 different categories in this game. I've lost count, but New Game Plus is the fastest category, so it's super great. I can't wait to showcase that for y'all today. So, and Kat, I know you'll love it too because we both ran New Game Plus with RE7 as well. So, Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyways, so take a look at Chris right now. I'm going to use a different outfit for him, but it's going to be a little bit of a surprise. Let's just say what he's going to be wearing is pretty topical for the era. It's it was in when did this take place? 1998. So there's that. So he's going to look like he's out of a horror movie, essentially. And it's pretty hilarious. But all right. Go ahead.
He's going to look like that one guy that always gets into shenanigans and has maybe 2 IQ in a dream.
But yes, time will start when I select Chris here, and I'll count it down. So 3, 2, 1, and go.
Yeah, Will.
Good luck, have fun. Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun. Yeah.
Good luck, have fun. Alrighty. Now, a lot of y'all are probably familiar that Resident Evil has, obviously, Resident Evil has a lot of movies and stuff. Oh, here's our Chris, by the way. Here is...
I love it.
Oh, wait, he doesn't do the cold feet skip. Oh my God, I'm already thinking of Jill. Oh, goodness. But yeah, here is Mr. Chris. He actually kind of reminds me of Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad. Someone pointed that out in my chat, and I could not stop laughing or associating that. So say hello to Chris Pinkman here. He cooks the T-virus with Mr. Wesker, so watch out for that.
It all makes sense now.
All right, so we're going to go ahead. We are making our way through the mansion here. Now, a couple things here you may notice with the run here. So first off, you may see the language here. We are running on simple Chinese because that is the fastest scrolling text. You technically could run in English or Japanese or anything like that. English definitely scrolls the slowest. So
it's so slow.
It's
so slow. Oh, sorry.
No. I was going to say, we absolutely do not recommend that. If you go from this to if you go from simplified Chinese to English, you're going to be like, oh my God, just stop scrolling.
Yeah. Even on the original RE1, if you go from English to Japanese text, it's like night and day. It's like you're going at like 2 miles per hour to like 50 miles per hour. It's it's pretty crazy.
Now, another unique thing that you see here is a technique called stair skating. Now, stair skating is universal across all Resident Evil 1 Remake speedruns here. So it's basically you're holding up on the D-pad and rotating your analog stick, or spamming the run button, so technically I've remapped my run button to the analog stick. We used to use a program called Joy to Key, which was a third-party program where you can remap your buttons to that. But it was recently found out, I want to say a couple years ago, that you can just remap directly in Steam, and that's it. You're good to go. No third-party programs needed. So if you're ever interested in learning this run, or even if you just want to play casually and glide up and down these stairs here, there's a tutorial on speedrun.com how to set up stair skating, and I highly recommend it because it's super fun.
Yeah.
All right. So one big difference between Chris and Jill's run is the fact that he doesn't there's quite a few differences here. One of the first ones you may notice here. So Chris had to pick up an old key. He doesn't have a lockpick like Jill does. So he has to pick up old keys to open simple locks. So usually what Jill can do, no problem. Chris needs a little extra help here. So if you see us pick up these tiny keys right here, it's for a reason here. Let's see. A couple other things that zombie is facing the other way. That's not good. Usually that zombie's in the corner. Oh no.
Sir, I'm begging you.
Please, sir. Please stop this.
Please stop.
Immediately. Cease and desist.
A couple other differences with Chris's run here. He cannot read sheet music like Jill can, so he'll need Rebecca's help for that. He also cannot mix V-Jolt, which we won't need to do that regardless, but he can't mix V-Jolt for Plant 42. But there are some positives to playing as Chris, and it's actually one of my favorite things. He physically runs faster than Jill, so he just zooms everywhere and stuff. What's interesting is that if he gets hit with, if he's in orange caution, that is Jill's normal running speed there. So it's pretty interesting to see the differences between that. And he also can take quite a few more hits than Jill. So Jill is my ultimate favorite character in the Resident Evil series, but and I love running her categories. But every now and then you swap it up with Chris here, Mr. Chris Pinkman here. So gotta love it. Alrighty. So I can't get over, I really can't get over his outfit here. The fact that he's wearing sunglasses inside like Wesker is, so that's why they're two peas in a pod here, right?
I wear my sunglasses at night so I can run away from the tyrant.
Now, even though we're running New Game Plus, you still have to take into account, there's still a lot of RNG in the speed run. You still have to deal with a lot of the normal stuff that you would do in a normal run. So right now with Murder Hall, where's this bald guy gonna be? We're gonna have to juke him probably. Ow. I guess not. I'm sandwiched.
You were almost a Chris sandwich. Sorry,
we are a Chris sandwich. Oh no.
The prophecy has come true.
Actually, speaking of that, the other biggest difference, the biggest noticeable difference between Chris and Jill's run, Chris only has 6 inventory slots. Jill has 8. And even though with all of Chris's outfits, he has lots of pockets, lots of little, holsters and things like that. So me and the chat and my community, the only solution that we can think of why that may be is the fact that he has bread in his pockets. So we have named him also Chris Breadfield.
Mr. Crispy Breadfield.
He's
I love that for him.
What do you think he does with all that bread?
Eats it at night, at 3 a.m.
It's like the midnight snack.
Yeah, he's like me for real.
Dude, you know what's really great? And maybe some of y'all do this. a grilled cheese sandwich at like 2 a.m. I don't know, like a late night.
I've never
there.
done that.
I've
strangely.
been there.
A late night grilled cheese sandwich. So that is amazing.
I know what I'm doing tonight at 2 a.m.
Now, how do you make your grilled cheese sandwiches? What's your recipe? Your cheeses?
I usually use like a sharp cheddar.
Yes.
Or something like that.
I use whatever's in my fridge.
Also fair. So fair.
It's either old cheddar or like some variant of like a mozzarella. I don't know.
Yes.
Whatever's in there, but I definitely will not use the Kraft singles.
No,
Absolutely not.
no shame if y'all want to do that, but oh my goodness.
I mean, yeah, no shame, but it's definitely there's better options.
There's
Just saying.
extra sharp American, which I didn't know was a thing, but Wegmans has it, and that's also really good.
Ooh. I love Wegmans. They have really great food.
I love Wegmans so much.
I'm Canadian. I don't know what that is.
I took Kat there when she came to visit.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
the big grocery store.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I just see a grocery store and I'm like, it's a grocery store.
It's such a good grocery store, though.
It's great. All right. Now, something you may have noticed there, and again, this is across all categories here. So zombies also have zombies have RNG, not just in terms of where they are, like what I like to call their patrol radius, but also in terms of their lunges. So zombies can do one of 3 actions. They can lunge once, they can lunge twice, which I call the McDouble, or they will do nothing, and those are what we call sleepers. So I did encounter a couple sleepers here, and those are pretty scary to deal with, but for the most part, you can juke them pretty okay, especially if you're running on alternate controls here and not tank controls, you can just dodge really quickly with the analog stick here. All right, so on New Game Plus as well, the zombie in this cabinet is actually super turbo mode for some reason. And he's not like that when you run new games. So there are, just between the categories and stuff here, some of the enemies are just super ultra aggro for some reason. So it can be something.
The little subtle differences.
Yeah. I like to think
on your toes.
Yeah. I like to think that when you run New Game Plus categories, that you still have to, be very, very cognizant like you would in other categories, because you have to make sure your lines are still good. You have to make sure your zombie jukes are on point. This guy is sleeping a little bit. This zombie's name is Elton John because he's next to the piano room here.
Good for him.
Yeah, we have various names for maybe not every single zombie, but for a lot of the zombies. So yeah, that guy's name is Elton John. Now, right here is where Chris can't read sheet music like I mentioned earlier, and Rebecca comes in to help him. So Jill, when you run Jill, she can just play it no problem. But Chris, he needs a woman's touch there. So
He's not a smart man, but he's a simple man.
he is a simple man. But what's really funny, and when Chris goes to try and play the piano, he can't play it, but Rebecca goes to try, and she can play it, but she can't play it as well. And then Chris, when she's done playing, Chris was like, "Oh my God, what was that?" And I'm like, "Dude, she's trying to help you." It's actually super funny in the OG as well. I know Kat, she runs a lot of the OG, mainly Jill, but in the OG version, Chris sounds very upset when Rebecca plays the piano, and it's like
he sounds so disappointed. He's
Yeah.
just like, is that all you got?
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All right, cool. So thankfully though, so we got a puzzle coming up right here. Puzzle solutions are not RNG. Those are always fixed. But yeah, it's mainly enemy RNG, zombie RNG. That's like the biggest thing you have to deal with here. So for the most part, that's the main thing we got to be cognizant of. Alrighty. Mr. Chris Pinkman Bredfield. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. Oh, I meant to mention earlier that there are quite a few Resident Evil films, and if anyone has seen the first Resident Evil film, that's probably the closest you'll get to, I suppose, this game, I think, because it does take place in the mansion, and there is technically an underground lab, but it's kind of like they mixed the first game and the second game together for the first film. What do y'all think?
You know what? I actually haven't seen it.
Really?
It came at a theater near me, and I was going to go see it, but for some reason something came up, so I couldn't. This was literally like last week that something came up and I couldn't go see it in the theater. But I've been wanting to. I've been wanting to watch it. I'm going to watch it this weekend.
You should. Absolutely. Now, I will say, the characters, they kind of use a lot of creative freedom with their characters and stuff there. Now, everyone don't hate me. I can't remember if Chris makes an appearance in any of these films, because I know Jill does, Carlos, Wesker, Claire. I can't remember Chris, though.
Don't recall.
It's escaping me, so that's another good reason why we're running Chris tonight, because he's the star of his own movie tonight, or his own show.
It's him. It's his. All his.
It's that guy. I know him. Alrighty.
I've always just been a Jill enjoyer, so Chris is always a new adventure. Anytime I see the run, I'm just like, oh yes, I forgot that this guy existed. I'm always just, Jill, give me Jill. Yes, Jill.
I love Jill. Every now and then, though, it's highly recommend, especially if you speedrun this game at all or interested in it. I would definitely give both Chris and Jill a try, because you'd be surprised on like the differences and stuff. Like noticing those differences, and it just shakes up your variety, little sense of variety there, which is really cool.
I'd get so confused so quickly. I'm like, oh yes, we don't go this way. Oh no, we don't do that either. Oh.
Well, that's exactly what I did at the beginning there. I was like, wait, yeah. I'm not playing Jill. I'm not doing her skip right here. I'm playing Chris. You just go. Now, we are coming upon our first boss fight here. We just collected 4 death masks to open up this coffin. I'm not sure if we really want to, but we kind of have to. But yeah, because we need an item in here to leave the mansion and go outside. But yeah, you'll see what's inside here. I've been so used to playing randomizers lately that I'm like, oh yeah, we have a vanilla guy up in here. Alrighty. So beforehand, I make sure to equip our launcher here, just because you want to spend the least amount of time in your inventory as possible. So that's always something to be cognizant of as well. All right, Crimson Elder. Bye, Crimson Elder.
And
Goodbye.
Yeah, normally it would take a lot more shots on New Game, but on New Game Plus, it's just like, yeah, goodbye.
Now, what's really great about the New Game run, it's actually an easier boss fight for Chris than it is for Jill. So, oops, excuse you, sir. On New Game for Chris, all you need is just one of his flash grenades, and you bait the lunge attack for Crimson Elder, and then you shoot it, and it beheads him. So, it's a super satisfying boss fight. Just because it's for Jill, you have to use, I believe, 3 flame rounds on him, and oh my god, like
it's very stressful sometimes.
That grenade launcher, sometimes, it arcs, like the grenades arc, and I'm notorious for missing those sometimes. So it's pretty hilarious.
Same here. I get it. Yeah, I should really run Chris. I don't have to work that hard on Crimson. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Chris's main weapon of the New Game run is the assault shotgun, which I think is a really cool gun. It's more powerful than the normal shotgun. It gives you 10 rounds, and I think that's really great. So I think you would enjoy the New Game run.
You know me too well. You know I love a good shotgun. Love a good video game shotgun with a good oomph.
Exactly. Now, for both Chris and Jill New Game Plus, we have the Infinite Launcher. Now, you get the Infinite Launcher by beating the game in under 3 hours, I believe that's the requirement. And you have to, oops, excuse you, sir. You have to make sure to save your game so you have a clear file as well. So if you're ever interested in running this category, that's how you're able to have access to it. All right. Here in Lisa's cabin, we're here to grab an important item so we can head over to the next area. But we are kind of in for a surprise when we try to leave. And there it is.
Thanks, Lisa. I really needed that nap, actually.
A lot of people like to say, all right, Lisa here knocked you out. And what did she do? How long were you knocked out for? Did she just sit there and watch over you? Like, what happened here?
That's a very good question, actually. 'Cause it seems like you were knocked out for like quite a bit. And she hits hard. I don't know how much damage she does when she touches Chris with her big swinging arms, but on Jill, for sure, she does damage.
She still knocks Chris down a health state. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I think it's since Chris has a lot more health than Jill. I think it's he still takes a lot of damage. Jill takes more and all that. But yeah, it's pretty safe to say that you'll be knocked down a health state even on New Game Plus for Lisa here if you happen to get hit by her. Now her dodge there that we just did, it's really tricky for Chris because Chris has a bigger hitbox than Jill. Jill, she can just run right through Lisa before she does while she does her swing. Or when she winds up for her swing. But Chris has to walk forward a little bit and then run through. And it's a little tricky, or it can be, because if you get stuck, then you'll definitely get whacked in the head. So that's no fun.
I don't think anybody would like getting whacked in the head.
No.
Not my favorite thing, no.
Oh. I'd like to keep my brain cells.
Yeah, because those shackles she has, I'm pretty sure... I think it's a combination of wood and metal. So they'll
probably iron at least, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and that stuff is pretty heavy.
Yeah, we're not a fan of that. Alrighty, so we're making our way over to the residence or guardhouse or whatever you'd like to call it. This is where a lot of the Umbrella researchers stayed and did some more experiments over here. Technically, this is where the sharks live in the aqua ring. That's one of the main experiments. Oh, sorry. Also, the big plant. Can't forget that. That thing absolutely lives here.
Oh yeah, that guy that just likes to poke at you through holes.
Yeah. Now, sometimes the spider can be ultra aggro. Okay, he's not.
He's just hanging out on the wall. He's having a time.
He's having a good time.
Oh, they're playing 42. Calm down.
Ow. Now, super funny about that spider. So I had a first happen the other day where he was sitting there on the door just chilling, and then he poisoned me from there. I was like, sir, I had no idea you can shoot poison while being on that door. That was ultra omega rude. Usually they'll spit poison from the ceiling or when they're on the ground, but I've never seen it when they're just hanging on a wall or whatever.
I don't think I've ever... I think I might have seen that one time, but they don't do it very often.
Yeah.
It's definitely a rare occurrence.
Yeah. It's not fun regardless.
No, not at all.
Get out of here, Chris.
Yeah, normally you can cover that hole, but it does take a while to do that. So it's just faster just to go over the hole and get through it.
Yeah, it's definitely faster to just go through and shake off the tentacle there, but you have to do it super fast or else you will take a decent amount of damage. So the best way to do that is, especially if you're on alternate controls, which again, I highly recommend when you're speedrunning any category of this game, you just quickly rotate your left analog stick to shake off any enemies and stuff because yeah, you can shake them off super fast. no matter what. But yeah, if you do not shake them off fast, they'll keep munching and crunching if they can.
Yeah. The infamous box hallway. This box is so much nicer on the remake than it is in the classic. In classic RE1, you gotta push that box, I think, like the box in the hallway specifically, like 23 times.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Because it's all the way in the corner.
Yeah, it's like all the way at the end of the hall, so you have to push it from one end to the other. It's like hit the count, like, okay, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that doesn't what's really nice though is that it gives you a nice break.
Yeah, it's basically my time where I'm like counting in my head. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna do.
Just gonna.
How's the weather today?
Take a sip of water, eat a snack.
Basically.
Alrighty, so we're making our way to the Aqua Ring here. So we skipped a cutscene there where Mr. Richard, we saved him earlier with the serum. This is where he unfortunately meets his demise. He gets eaten by Neptune, a giant shark. And yeah, so before that, most importantly, folks, this is super important. Give us a number, either 1, 2, or 3. There in the chat. Please and thank you.
Yeah. 1, 2, or 3, chat. 1, 2, or 3. I say 2.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah.
I say 3. 3 is my favorite number.
That's fair.
She always picks 3. I'm always just like, I say 2.
I went nice in middle, like the inside of a sandwich.
Yeah, not too high, not too low. You're right in the middle.
Neutral.
See a lot of 3s.
Everyone loves 3 in my community.
3's not a bad number. It's just, it's not 2.
All right, folks who had 1, give us 1. 1, 1.
Hey, we were all wrong.
We were both, all 3 of us were wrong.
We were all wrong.
Yeah, we tried our best.
We did.
Number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah, number 1 was the winner. Congratulations to the people who said 1.
Yeah. Now, the reason we do that or I ask or just, something fun there. So that solution, I did say earlier, nothing's RNG. None of the puzzle solutions are RNG. That is one of the things that is RNG, the valve number there. So on the marker board, you always have the solution there. It's either going to be 1, 2, or 3. And 1 or 3 are good numbers. Number 2 technically is bad because you have to do one more extra input there. So we meme on people who select 2, but I cannot meme on Nichole. She's too precious.
Oh my gosh.
But we can meme on me? Okay.
Yeah. But lovingly. It's a loving meme.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll accept the loving. Can't go wrong with some loving. Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty, so right there, we just executed Neptune skip. It looks incredibly scary because as soon as you get into the water, that camera angle changes and you see a very big and mean old shark. But that's actually a super easy thing to execute there if you ever wanted. So as soon as you drop into the water, like literally the second you drop into the water, you want to press up and left on the D-pad at the exact same time. And that will give you a straight line to that gallery key that you're supposed to pick up. So as long as you don't move forward too much or, hesitate or anything like that, then you'll be good. Because, whoa.
I definitely have gotten got by Neptune before. When I was learning how to do that, I did the first time I tried. I was like, oh, I put up to. Oh, well, I think I just got.
I got before when I tried using the analog stick instead because, So me personally, I swap between both D-pad and analog because sometimes, well, depending on which doors and which paths and different rooms and stuff you're taking, it's quicker to do analog stick if you want to do those super tight turns right out of doors or going or doing your 180s and stuff right here. But other times it's easier for me to use D-pad. Like I like using D-pad here just because, I don't know, it's super linear, I suppose, if that's the best way to put it. It's, and I know a lot of runners will swap between the two as well. And it can be a interesting thing to get used to. But But yeah, trying to do analog stick and doing the Neptune skip. I think what screwed me up there was just the camera angle change. So yeah, I think that tracks.
Gotta avert your eyes.
And close your eyes.
Close your eyes, chat. Yeah, so this puzzle is the same every single time on how you have to sort it. It's pretty standard. You can look now, chat. It's safe. It's safe.
All right, you're good. Open your eyes.
Okay. I'm looking now. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, Plant 42 here. One and done with our launcher. And yeah, that's all he literally wrote. Yeah, normally, again, on Chris's normal runs, he uses the assault shotgun there, I believe. Oh, shoot. It's about like 10 shotgun shells there. It's three flame rounds for Jill. So, yeah, again, across all the different categories here, it's really fun to see, you know, all the different strats for these guys here. And you didn't see there, but we skipped a cutscene where we came across Mr. Wesker shooting some big old bees. And I'm sorry that we skipped that cutscene because it would have been hilarious to see both of them talking to each other with their sunglasses on at night.
All I remember with that cutscene with Jill is, where on earth have you been?
Yeah, that's in the OG.
Yeah, I'm so stuck on the OG. It's crazy.
I love that's the OG dialogue is S tier. Absolutely,
it's amazing. I love it every time.
Absolutely. Now, that path we did there, so we have to take a very specific line through that path we just did because there's a bunch of snakes that come out, and it could either be one snake, two snakes, three, or none, but you have to take a very specific line regardless, or you can get poisoned. It's not guaranteed, but you can, and when you get poisoned, it does lose you a bit of time because you have to find a blue herb to heal, so chat, please don't get poisoned. All right.
But what if I want to?
Oh no, he's gonna jump on the stairs.
Oh, we gotta get rid of him.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so with that hunter, when you're running on New Game Plus here, so you only get one there, which is great because when you normally you have two, and that's mega scary.
Yeah, it gets very, very spooky with that staircase with two of them because they can one-shot you,
and they can sandwich you.
Yeah, they can sandwich you. They can one-shot you, and if they sandwich you, it's likely they'll probably try. Oh,
yeah, but
it's a nightmare sometimes.
But here on New Game Plus, so you get one hunter there, but and technically, as soon as you get into the room, you can just keep running right through the staircase like I did. But there is he could do one of two things. He can just jump up on the stairs automatically, or he can scream and then jump up on the stairs. So when he does the scream and then jump up, that's good because then he won't block your path. But since he didn't scream, he blocked our path there. And yeah, even like I said, even on New Game Plus, even on this difficulty, they can still behead you on a yellow caution here. So definitely don't want to deal with that.
Better safe than sorry.
Sorry.
Had to pull out the Canadian accent for that one.
All right, another thing on New Game Plus, this spider can be extra aggro. Let's see. Yep, he's super aggro. He did not poison us though, thank God.
No poison, yeah.
That's
okay.
Him.
There is a blue herb there, so if we were to get poisoned in this situation, everything's okay.
Absolutely. All right. Oh, excuse you.
Oh my goodness. Sir, please?
Excuse you.
A little too aggressive here.
A little bit. Now, remember how I mentioned zombies have names? This zombie right here is Gordon Ramsay, and he's being ultra mean, so that's not
really
nice.
Hungry. he heard Chris had bread, so he was like, I want some of that. So he needed a bite. He needed to check for himself.
Would you say he
Honestly,
had?
you can blame him.
I can't. Now, would you say he had a croissant?
Going home. I am home.
You're going more home.
I'm going more home than I've ever been.
I'm going to bed.
Ooh, but also yay. I do love croissants. And now I'm going to think of Chris every time.
Chris Bredfield, the croissant. The croissants are so good.
Every single time. They're so good.
And Costco sells like a giant thing of croissants like for $5.
They sure do.
Oh my God.
Now I want a croissant.
Oh, so good. I like the chocolate croissants the best.
Ah, those are so good. All right, now we have Yawn. We did encounter Yawn earlier. Oh. I can just miss? I can just miss?
Apparently. That almost got a little spicy.
This is why me and rocket launchers or grenade launchers don't mix, because I just, yeah. This is why I like shotguns, folks. I have to use this heal or else I won't have room for this book. Okay, there we go. Good to go. Goodbye, Yawn. Yeah, during our first encounter in the attic with Yawn, you don't have to kill him. Like, you can, but it's not recommended because then you'll, well, first off, on the speedrun, you definitely don't kill him. But even when you play casually, you'll just lose a ton of ammo and health and all that stuff doing so. So it's, you can just literally grab that death mask and leave. But here in this encounter, you have to fight him. So, I believe
he has like a pretty sizable HP value. Like his health pool is like, yeah, in the attic you specifically just don't want to, you don't bother. Just don't even bother.
Yeah. All right. So a big woe again with Chris is his lack of inventory slots because of all the bread he's holding. So you have to go down here and deposit these 2 books. When you're with Jill, you can keep these books with you the entire time. You actually, with Jill, you only have to visit the item box, let's see, I believe 3 times? Counting. Either 2 or 3 times. I should know these things. I'm blanking. But with Chris, you have to, basically TLDR, you have to visit the item box way more with Chris just because of all the bread he has in his pockets. So another thing to keep in mind if you run this category, or run any Chris categories. All right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm so used to you running randomizers. I'm like, why is she not picking up that? Oh yeah, she's not running randomizer.
Yeah,
I have to pick up everything.
If y'all have never seen a Resident Evil Remake 1 randomizer, they are quite a hoot. If we want to call it that, they are. It's probably like one of my favorite things to run. And you have to literally go to every single item to check what's there, because you need 7 items to leave the entire game. So you literally gotta check every nook and cranny, fight every boss. If you don't have to fight every boss, you just have to, TLDR, you have to check every single item until you get your key items there. So
it's chaos.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of chaos. But yeah, when I came back to these categories, I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have to pick up that. I don't have to pick up this, et cetera, et cetera.
I don't have to pick up anything almost. Oh my.
Holy. Alrighty, so we're gonna encounter some snakes again on our pass through here again. Thankfully, this line is pretty nice, or I'd say free, but I usually try not to say that. We just run back through here, right through the corner, and we'll always miss that snake every single time. So if you happen to get poisoned, though, there's a nice big pot of plants here. You get 3 heals there. Like anytime you see like the white planters, there are a few in the front, or there's definitely 2 when you run normal, and I believe at least 3. Ow. Yeah. So anytime you see like a planter like that, you get 3 heals, or so that's really nice if you happen to take any sort of damage or poison.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 planters total in the mansion. Because there's one in the mirror room, and then one in the dog balcony, and then the one there. I think, right?
So the planter here is not present on normal. That's only a on like the easy difficulties and stuff like that.
I'm so used to the easy difficulty. I'm just used to seeing those.
Yeah, no, big same.
Makes sense though.
Yeah, when I come back to New Game Plus, I'm always like, oh yeah, this item's here. Oh yeah, that item's here.
A whole new world. Also, those dogs are really into bouncing on your back.
Yeah, dogs can do a variety of different attacks there, but I'd honestly rather them do that than bite your arm, because when they bite your arm, they're just sitting there shaking it for a good hot minute, and that's not nice.
Yeah, it takes a while.
But it's pretty funny when they do attack you from the back, because they just kind of do like a backflip there. And they do that in the OG too, don't they?
Yeah, they can.
They can.
They do very similar attacks.
Yeah.
Also, poor Enrico.
Poor
Who killed him, I
Enrico.
wonder.
Poor Enrico.
No, Enrico.
All right.
I'll always remember you.
All right, so here, worst puzzle in the game, probably in the franchise, but I'm incredibly biased here. I'm gonna stay quiet for this one.
So this puzzle specifically has a lot of, it's very finicky. So you have obviously your select pieces where they gotta go, and the pieces are all scattered in different places at first. So it's kind of a little of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, like they're scattered, and then it's RNG which way they're rotated and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how many different combinations there are in terms of like, you know, the different placements and rotations and all that sort of stuff. So it's TLDR though, it's a huge pain.
It's one of those puzzles that you can literally lose like a decent chunk of change of time when you're trying to do a speed run. And it's just like, well, this decided to be complicated for no reason. There goes my PP.
All right, Black Tiger, also not a very fun boss to come across. Thankfully, with our launcher, she's down in one go. Now, you saw that I took a very specific line there. As soon as I spawn into this room and when Black Tiger appears, I will always press up and left on the D-pad as well, because that'll give me a specific line to that corner, because Black Tiger can do various different attacks as well. Her one attack there that she did is pretty ideal. I guess, yeah, it was pretty good because she just stayed there and she just shot poison. But she could also charge at you, or she'll charge forward to the door, just charge at you. But you know, you kind of bait her attack to where she doesn't actually hit you. But she's a huge pain, because like when I came back to New Game Plus here, I was like, oh, I can just, as soon as I come into the room, I can just shoot her, right? And I tried that, and she ran me over.
No. Yeah, you still got to be a little careful with her.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, I guess on New Game Plus, you still have to take that very specific line that you would on the other categories. So there you go.
Yeah. Also, someone to mention, why didn't he just punch it? I'm assuming you mean the boulder. As you see, Chris isn't at that level of boulder punching yet. He hasn't realized his skill in punching boulders just yet.
Nah, not yet. As you see, you know, he still has to build some muscle. You know, he's pretty muscular in RE5.
Yeah, he hasn't drank the boulder punching juice yet.
Not yet. Now, if you want something fun, when you play the HD remaster here, and by fun, I mean just super jarring, in my opinion. So one of the costumes that are in the game are Chris and Jill's BSAA outfits, so what they wear in RE5. But Chris here, it's actually his RE5 model and everything. Like, you know, he's got that big jawline, he's got the scruff, he's got the big muscles, and it just throws me off every single time. I do not like it. That is just me.
Oh, yeah. I always forget how weird it looks, and then it's like I look at it and I'm like, this is not okay.
No,
this is not okay. Who is this man?
Yeah, I'm just like, sir, you have come back in time here, and you need to go back to where you came from. You need to go back to the timeline you were at.
Yeah.
Alrighty, no spiders to deal with here. Thank goodness.
Yay.
Ah, hunter to deal with there, though. Oh, no.
You stop right there, Battletoad. I will be having none of it.
Now, when you run Jill, that hunter is not there. But for Chris, no matter what category, that hunter is there. So you want to, anytime there's a hunter in the room, folks, you just want to get out of there as soon as possible because they are I would say, the deadliest enemy in this entire game. They do not like you.
No, they do not.
They hit hard and they can one-shot you. So, goodness. Anytime I see one, I'm just like, okay, guys, I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm sorry.
I forgot Barry doesn't show up on this one.
Now, Barry, like, just in Chris's scenario, we don't see Barry at all.
Yeah. I'm so used to Barry showing up at this point. I'm like, oh, yeah, Barry. I miss Barry.
I miss Barry.
Where are you?
Barry, where's Barry?
Where on earth have you been, Barry?
Now, you may saw there, Lisa appeared again. And so this is technically kind of an area that she patrols. Her area of where she lives, I was going to say where she inhabits and stays and stuff, is around here. So this is one of the places that she also wanders. And you want to definitely avoid her again with her shackles and all that. And you may wonder, just in general, especially if you play casually, you're like, oh, I'm pumping all of my ammo into this woman and she is not dying. Well, she cannot die. So anytime you come across her, you just have to avoid her or dodge her as much as you can. So thankfully, when we go through this pass here, you can take that, you just take that inside line really tight and she'll do that swing and you'll avoid her every time. Now, we'll have to do it one more time, but it makes me a little nervous. You'll see here in a bit. It makes me a little nervous to go through and do it a third time, but yeah, I'll explain why.
Yeah, we'll all find out the reasons why Lisa's just so terrifying.
Yeah, oh my God. And I mention this every time whenever I showcase this game or when folks stop by and, you know, they haven't seen this game or anything like that. But Lisa has like the most tragic story in the franchise, I feel, just because like she was tested on, you know, her parents, like, you know, her and her mom got kidnapped and she got experimented on and stuff like that. And she's basically immortal. So that's why she can't, you know, she has all these viruses in her and it makes her immortal. So I guess good for Umbrella and Wesker and all that for testing purposes, but very sad for her. So, but she's out here trying her best.
Yeah, I would, that's like my worst nightmare. It's being in Lisa's situation. I think anybody would be cowering and crying in a corner somewhere.
Yeah, she's out here trying her best, though. That's why we want to leave her alone here. Now, she spawns right here. And yeah, if you don't spawn her there, she will appear right here, kind of like what we did earlier and just dodge her there. But as you see, I had to use that lever and using that, like trying to hit that lever while Lisa's right there in the middle of her swing is just, it's a little too spicy for me. So I just always do the safer method like you do there. So if you ever learn this game and you're running any category, that's the safer way to avoid Lisa. Like you basically won't see her at all when you do that, but you will see her on the way back though. Oh, and we just stopped by. We just passed through
her room.
That was her little apartment there. Technically, this is her cabin, but you know she's got her nice little bed and blankets and slippers and stuff downstairs and her candles. So she's out here trying to stay comfy.
Yeah, I respect it. I'd also probably have slippers and see some candles, lavender candles or something. You relax a bit.
I'm super partial to the vanilla and cookie smelling candles. Just something about them. Alrighty. Now we will not have to. After this, we will not have to at least be outside on these other areas here. We'll be making our way back to the mansion. We will be encountering one more, another boss fight on the way here. So, alrighty. Picking up our stone and metal object to signify that we are not going to be leaving this part of the mansion anymore. Oh my god, that's a hunter. Oh no.
Oh, that hunter can be scary sometimes.
Absolutely. I did not mean to pick that up, but I guess we're picking it up. Okay. Can you pick up this, Chris? Thank you.
Chris, please. We do not want the grenade, Chris. We want the stone object. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, when we went into that room, you may have seen that there was a cutscene. Now, and we skipped that cutscene. We had to skip every cutscene in this game, unfortunately. But what that was Rebecca screaming upstairs because a hunter is attacking her. So that means that you have the choice. You can go save her or you can abandon her. So New Game Plus basically is any percent. You have to go zoom. So that means we unfortunately have to leave her behind. But when you run best ending, you do have to go upstairs and save her. So wait and feel free to find out how that goes.
Spooky.
Ooh. All right, grabbing those books that we put away earlier. Making our way downtown.
Walking past, faces past, I'm homebound.
All right. Mr. Wesker, what's up, dude? Sunglasses Bros here. Now, this is technically the Lisa boss fight here. Wesker can help you by shooting her. All right, what's she gonna do? All right, goodbye. All right, we're gonna...
Wesker is doing a very terrible job right now. Bye, Lisa.
Bye, Lisa. Now, I said she can't die. She technically, I'll say she's not dead. She's still alive. I'm not joking. She's lore-wise, she's still alive. I'll say why. But yeah, whether you're running on Chris or Jill, you can knock her off the ledge there. And when you're running any percent for Jill, and then when you're running New Game Plus, you can knock her off the ledge, and she'll not bother you. So the reason I say that she's still alive is if y'all ever play Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, which was that rail shooter for the Wii, there's a scenario you can do for Wesker, and that's basically Wesker's adventures here through the mansion while Chris and Jill are kind of doing their own thing, right? So when Wesker is making his way leaving the mansion, he encounters Lisa one last time in the main hall. So that's how we know that she's still alive.
Off to the laboratory now.
Off to the lab.
Basically the final section of the game. The leg of it.
Mm-hmm.
With more zombies, would you believe it or not?
All right. Now
that's not very pleasant, sir.
No, any zombie that's on the stairs or any sort of ledge, they will puke. And it does do damage if they do that. So, but it's not a lot. It's very minimal, but it's still rather frustrating. So we'd rather just not deal with that. That's been kind of like the theme. We just don't want to deal with that.
It's like, I feel like that's like the running theme with most Resident Evil games. It's just like there's like all these creatures and monsters coming around at you, and you're just like, I don't want to deal with that. So you just run by them. You're like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got places to be.
Yeah, it's really great. Like speedrunning any horror game in general, you really don't kill anything. You just run right by them and dodge them and do everything you can to not stop and shoot, essentially.
You reserve your ammo, and that's what anytime I play like most horror games now, I'm like, I don't really have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I could probably let's see if I can just run by it.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It won't come to bite me in the butt later.
Yeah, well, really, for Resident Evil 1 Remake, you definitely don't want to kill zombies. If any y'all ever play this casually or even go to speedrun it or anything like that, really don't want to kill any zombies unless, well, that zombie there I always kill no matter what category I'm running. And I'll kill this Chimera that's coming up here. But if you kill any zombies in Resident Evil Remake and you kill them and don't burn them, or if you didn't use like flame rounds or anything like that, they will come back to life as Crimson Heads. Now, that's something exclusive to Resident Evil 1 Remake. You don't come across that in any other game.
On the classic specifically, it does not have that at all. So anytime I go from like the classic to the remake, it's always jarring. So I'm like, oh yeah, Crimsons exist in this one.
Yeah. The only Crimson Heads that we deal with are the one boss that we fought, the Crimson Elder, and there was that one in the hallway. But that's because that's basically canon. Well, it's you'll just always have to deal with him. It's kind of scripted. Now, one of the most fun things to do in this game is escorting the Nitro. I got to do my steps, so feel free to explain.
Yeah, so basically with the Nitro is that you can't run the entirety of the way with it. If you do, you explode. If you don't, you live. Very simple, but there is a specific way to go about it. So you can't run the entirety of the time, but you can kind of run here and there. You do micro runs, you take long little steps, micro run, and then you get to your destination. But that is basically the necessity of it. You can walk the entirety of the way, but obviously for speedrun purposes, it's like you gotta abuse the ability to run ever so slightly if you can.
Yeah, so when you're running a new game or best ending or anything like that, just my strategy is to walk 3 and walk for 3 steps, run for 4 steps. When you're at the top times, on new game and best ending, I think they walk for 2, run for 3, which is incredibly scary because that's very fast, and that's the possibility of you blowing up is scary. Now on New Game Plus, apparently you can run for 6, walk for 2, but I haven't tried that, and I don't think I will. I definitely wouldn't for this, but I'd be curious to see.
Yeah, I personally have had a lot of runs die at the Nitro spot because I ran one step a little too much, and it's like, well, all right, now the Tyrant, though. Hi, Tyrant. Now Wesker really wanted us to. He wanted to show us something special. His Tyrant,
the ultimate life form.
Yeah. Why don't you come into the back room here and let me show you my Tyrant?
Ugh. Well, we see.
No, thank you, Wesker.
We see how that worked out for him. Didn't you see him there?
Yeah, it didn't pan out too well for him. It kind of backfired a bit.
Now, kind of the running theme here, kind of like with Lisa, he's alive, I promise. He looks dead, but he's alive.
Yeah, he's very much alive. If he wasn't, that'd be very confusing for later on.
I was gonna say, if he wasn't alive, then it's like, oh, RE4 and RE5. This man, he's back.
He is a robot, an android.
All right, so we're literally on the last stretch of a run here. We had our lab key that we grabbed from Wesker. We are here making our way to the helipad to meet up with Brad. Now in New Game Plus or for any percent, you do not save anyone. For Chris, you can save Jill and Rebecca. For Jill, you can save Chris and Barry. But yeah, for any percent run or New Game Plus run, you do not save anyone. You leave solo. So here we are. Oh goodness. Time is going to be when I select these rockets and skip the last cutscene. And time.
GG! Woo, GG's. Chris is just like, it's finally over. I can eat my bread.
My pocket bread.
My pocket bread.
He may or may not be devastated that he left all his friends behind, but I think
at least he has bread.
at least
As
he
it
has
should be.
At least he
What a
has
jerk.
bread and croissants. Oh my goodness. But not only that, we thought we killed Tyrant, right? Right?
No.
Oh no.
I think so.
Right?
But no.
Well,
He's back.
he's back and he's ready to eat some bread, but not right now. Oh, speaking of punching, by the way, someone mentioned earlier, why didn't Chris punch the boulder? Chris didn't punch any boulders, but wait.
Chris, you did a fine
I'm
job.
waiting.
He punched Tyrant. You see him in the background?
Oh my god. It's so ridiculous
Chris,
looking.
you did a fine job.
All right, cool.
Very nice.
Awesome. Well, yeah, folks, that was Resident Evil 1 Remake, Chris, New Game Plus. I speedrun this game. Like I said, I speedrun all different categories of this game. I also do the randomizers. So if you're interested in seeing this game, yeah, feel free, twitch.tv/Marforia. I also speedrun platformers, point and clicks, things like that. But the Resident Evil series, especially this game, I love it with all my heart. It's the main thing. So feel free to stop by there. Also, if you're interested in speedrunning this game, RE Speedruns Discord, super helpful for getting this game, getting started with this game, and just the community in general is super helpful. So yeah, it's a super fun speedrun. I highly recommend it. And yeah, shout outs to my community, shout outs to the Resident Evil speedrun community, and also shout outs to Kat for always being an amazing commentary partner.
Always be there for you.
And memeing on the bread with me here. Always a good time. And anything for you, Kat?
Well, I'll be back in a moment, but
Yeah,
the surprise is ruined.
So I'll save my things to say until later. But wonderful job on the run. Wonderful job showing off Christopher with the bread and everything is great. I don't know.
I'm glad you enjoyed the bread.
In fact, chat, we all three of us will be right back because we're basically just swapping roles, kind of. It'll be great. But just in case you didn't know, if you missed out on any of our shows or events, please be sure to check out the VODs on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And also join the official GDQ Discord at the Hotfix role, where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff, and more. If you use !Discord in Twitch chat, you can get more information on that. Now, if you hang tight, we will be taking a quick break, and then we'll be back with the exact same people. So, surprise, it's just us again. But we're going to be joining for a brand new spooky game, and I'm very excited. So, hang tight, and we'll see you soon. Welcome back to As Seen on TV. I'm Nichole Goodnight, and we are going to continue tonight with some more amazing horror games that also have movies. But first, your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix, like this one. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes and chat with other subscribers during our replays. And also, speaking of Hotfix, go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out our Season 3 schedule and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at the runs on this very week. With that being said, we're going to dive right back into our next game, which is going to have Catlink as the runner and Mar as come. We did a little switch around. So Cat, go ahead and go on with Silent Hill 2.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Catlink, and I will be running Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition. Basically, think of it as like a remaster of the original game that was made by fans. It makes it, it's just beautiful. You got the 60 FPS, you got the enhanced textures, cutscenes, all of that. It's wonderful. With me on comms is going to be the lovely, the one and only Marforia.
Hello. Long time no see.
I know it's been a minute. It's been a while.
It's been a literal minute.
Literal minute. Yeah, she hasn't really ran a lot of Silent Hill 2, but she does like the game. So we're gonna enjoy it together with the remake coming out soon, which I'm very pumped. It's been looking pretty good.
Looks awesome.
Mar, I have a question for you. What color of blood would you like? We got black, we got red, we got green, and we got purple.
So the closest to blue is purple, so I'm going to go with purple.
You go purple? All right, we'll
Purple.
go purple. Awesome.
Since there's no blue, we got to go purple.
We got to go purple. So because this is enhanced edition, they just released a category called set seed. So essentially what set seed is that it's basically, this game runs on seeds, and that means there's RNG to all the puzzles and all those things. So on set seed, it's the best RNG possible. Everything is the same. Movement is key though. Movement is very key now. But Mar, I'm going to have you call out the answers for me because sometimes I forget them. I'm so used to the RNG stuff, but it's going to be fun.
I got you, girl.
We get to talk about Silent Hill. Yeah, with that being said, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
And she's off.
All right. And we're off. So immediately we're going to be doing some text grabbing or text holding. So what that means is that we're going to not pick up the map. Otherwise, the game would be like, you need to pick up the map. And we're like, no, we're not going to pick up the map. So we're using the game saved feature or the quick save feature to hold the text onto the screen to basically bypass that. And you'll see game save a lot. If you are familiar with the Silent Hill 2 speedrun, you know all about the game saved. The game saved on the corner there. So basically what we're doing with it popping up constantly is that James has terrible stamina. Just the worst. So over time, he will slow down. So with saving the game, it replenishes the stamina basically just consistently. It keeps him at a steady pace, which is very, very nice to have. It's like, because he slows down like a lot. It's like, oh my goodness, boy, can you hurry up? Lost? Oh my goodness, goodbye.
I love
Bye, Angela. Bye, Angela.
I love his running form.
Oh, he's got the little strut. I love it. It's my favorite thing. Yeah, so I'm curious, like, to those who might wonder, like, I'm just curious on a number. How many saves do you think I will do at the end of this run? I'm kind of curious. I'm thinking maybe 1,500.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do an even 3,000.
3,000. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. All right, now I gotta spam the button even more.
Okay, no. Okay, I'll take it back. 1,300. It has to have a 3 in it.
All right. We can go with that. 1 million. I saw. I don't know about 1 million. That would be me. Maybe if I were to do 4 runs, my average is probably around 6,000 per 4 runs, something like that.
Wow,
it's a lot. And I'm basically spamming this one button over and over and over again. It's out of habit. You don't have to, but yeah, there's no reason to go back. I'm going to look for Mary. So again, with the text holding, so there's a cutscene we're going to have to skip. And so I have to really make sure I hold on to this text, because if I don't hold on to this text, we basically have to watch that cutscene and go do a bunch of stuff, and I don't want to. I'm lazy. So we just, there's no reason to go back. I'm going to look for Mary. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Once we pass this, I've been told we have no game audio. My apologies, chat. That's okay. There's not a whole lot to hear anyways at this very moment. Once we skip this cutscene, which is going to take a moment, we will fix that. We will get that all situated. We're almost there. Almost.
The game wants us to know we're looking for Mary.
We're looking for Mary, and we just skipped the cutscene.
I'm not going to look for Mary.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
All right, we skipped the cutscene. All right, we have paused. And now we should be good. So I'm going to explain the cutscene skip. So essentially, there's a cutscene where you see a monster in the distance, or a lying figure, if you will, and that will send you off in to go get it. Well, basically to go get the wooden plank and fight your first lying figure. and also pick up the radio. But because we skip all that, we don't get the plank, we don't get the radio. We just go straight to where we need to go. But yeah, so that's basically the speedrun routing. So because we skipped that cutscene, there is a later point in the game where we're gonna have to do the same thing we just did there again, because if we don't do that, the game gets very confused, and I'll explain later. Now let me know if we're good on the audio. I'm gonna keep... Yeah, we're doing menu sounds.
Menu sounds.
Yeah, so this is... We're good to go? All right.
Hooray!
All right. And back to it!
Back to the strutting.
Back to the strutting. Back to the streets of the fog and the heavy vapors. Yeah, so right now we're going to go get ourselves our key item, our literal key, to get into the apartments. You get to skip all the beauty of the lion figures. And so because we also skipped that whole sequence, we don't get any monsters on our way there. It's very barren on our way. And hey, there's Eddie's van again. Yoink. Thank you.
Yoink.
Hey, yoink. So all the dead bodies that you'll see around the lands of the Silent Hill, specifically this game, they're actually all James's models. If you were not aware of that, I find that very fascinating that it's all James. It all comes back to James.
Because why not?
Because why not? Yeah, basically. Yeah, this game is very special to me. My dad introduced me to this game when I was like 8 years old. He was playing it, and I remember being in these apartments and being very scared watching him play. And he was like, "Do you want to play?" And I'm like, "No, not really. I'm scared." And so he laughed and threw the controller at me and said, "Have fun."
Oh.
Gee, thanks, Dad. You're very sweet, Dad. Thank you.
My brother did the same with Resident Evil. He was like, "Do you want to play?" I'm like, "Nope, absolutely not."
I feel that. So we're going to go grab our flashlight and a weapon. We need to be able to see and we need to be able to kill things. Thankfully on here, we don't really pay mind to the residents here. We just let them live their best life. They don't really bother us. We don't really bother them. That's how it goes. Oh, the game crashed.
But at least you saved, right?
At least I
At least
saved.
she saved.
That's a first.
That's never
I don't think
happened
I've ever had the game crash on me like that. Give me one moment. We're going to fix that. I've never had that happen before. I can check that. There you go. Is that better? Make sure. Too many. Yeah, we saved too many times, and now the game has crashed. I'm gonna get us back to where we were before, real quick, and you can let me know if it's all good on your end. It's on pause, so I'll let you know when on pause. Good timer.
Could you share again?
Oh, yep. My bad.
You're good.
We had to fix all little technical difficulties, but thankfully we saved.
Lots of saving.
There is so much saving. It's like your game could crash, and it could be, you just say, "Oh, I'll just restart from where I last saved." Okay. We're gonna pause real quick. I need to redo a few things. Give me a momento. There we go. That should be good for you guys.
Thank you.
Chad, are we doing all right? Are you guys okay? I hope everybody's doing all right.
That's, that's doing great.
Thinking about
I
bread.
like I'm speaking for the chat as if I am chat. Chat's
are
doing
chat.
so well. Don't worry about them at all.
We're just over here thinking about bread.
Oh my God, I love bread so much.
We always love bread. All right, we should be on pause now. Yeah, that's so weird. I've never had, like, out of all the times I have ran this game, I have never had it crash on Enhanced Edition. I don't even know what happened there.
First for everything.
Yeah, it was a very odd thing to see. Anyways, we're gonna skip that listening for the sound that happened up north, and we're just gonna go and investigate. And lo and behold, there's Pyramid Head right there.
It's our favorite guy.
It's our guy. We see him, and then he's gone.
Now, what are
Goodbye.
your thoughts on the Silent Hill film? Because he's in that. Spoilers.
I don't like that they have him in there, but I do like the first film. I do think it's a fine film. The second one I have indifferent thoughts on.
Yeah.
But the first one's not bad. I don't understand why Pyramid Head's there. I understand why he's there. I get it, fanfare. No kidding. But they're really it's James's monster essentially. So what in the heck?
And there's no James.
Yeah, basically. Oh. All right. Oh. There you go. All right. We did our first puzzle. So that first puzzle there is actually the reset hill, if you will. Essentially that specific puzzle can be at any point because you're fixing the time to be 9:20. So every time you go to that clock, it's always going to be situated differently. So on set seed, we don't have to worry about that. It's going to be in the same spot every single time because it's the same seat. But yeah, that clock specifically has caused so many resets for me. Oh my goodness. Set seed is like a blessing in disguise. It's like, oh my goodness, I don't have to reset at clock every time now. Oh, thank goodness.
It's good when games give you that ability, whether it's like built into the game or if it's like a mod or something, because yeah, it just saves you so much time. Just, time is valuable, folks, not just in speedruns, but your IRL time. So that's really nice. This game does that for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the people who made Enhanced Edition have put so much work into this, like, essentially mod. They're still always putting work into this mod. Like, they recently updated it, like I said, with the set seed. Like, this is the set seed is new. It's not something that's been out for a while. It's something that came out, like, I don't know, like a few weeks ago. All right, our can of juice. We got our can of juice, and then we put it in the garbage where it belongs.
Goodbye, juice.
But I wanted it.
Nope.
No, you don't get any juice.
I'm sad.
I think it's apple juice. We've always thought it was like orange juice or something. Excuse me. Don't spit on me. That's rude. We always thought it was like orange juice or something, but the Enhanced Edition shows that it's like apple juice. I'm like, what? It's apple juice?
It was orange though.
Nichole, block your ears.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're good.
Thank you.
No problem. Looking out for the homies.
So kind.
All right. Yeah, we just had a little interaction with Eddie there. I made it very quick because he does make noises that are unsettling to some. So I didn't want to sit on that one for too long. But we're gonna go get our rest of our key items. Get our coins. Collect our coins so we can do a puzzle later. We're gonna go see Angela soon. I love Angela. My goodness. He's getting all sort of stuck on corners. And that's one thing with James. He loves to get stuck on walls. He loves to get stuck on corners. He's a big fan of the walls and the corners.
Just those hitboxes with the men, I swear.
What a sticky little
know.
man.
Let's take my the wrong way real quick. There we go. And down the stairs we go. Oh, I don't know why it does this. I specifically point my analog stick to the direction it needs to go, and it's just like, nah, you're gonna go the wrong way, actually. All right, Angela. Oh, it's you.
I like her pants.
Oh, it's you.
Oh, it's
Goodbye.
you.
Yeah, and goodbye. There we go. And we're gonna do our first puzzle. This puzzle is always set. It's always the same no matter what, even with set seed. It is always the same, which is very nice, so you don't have to try and guess the puzzle. It's essentially like a poem puzzle. You kind of read it and figure out where you need to place the man, the prisoner, the woman, and the snake, essentially. But it's always the same. The only reason when it's not the same is if you pick a different riddle difficulty. This game does have riddle difficulties, and we got the whispers. Yay.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. Love it, actually. I actually love that.
Yeah, it's very subtle, and no one still to this day really knows what it's saying. With that said, we are at our first boss fight.
Shooting right at the metal.
And he's dead. Quote unquote. Yes. So no matter what difficulty you set this fight to, it's the same regardless. Also, James, how do you feel right now? I just need to know. Static. Wonderful. Love that. So no matter the difficulty, this boss fight is a cakewalk. You just walk into Pyramid Head, shoot at him, and he will do nothing. He just sits there and takes it. James is very, very excited about that.
Now, I've seen you do this game and this fight with like a pipe.
Yes, so I have done that fight specifically on a dance pad with on hard mode with the plank.
Yeah, that's what it was.
It took so long.
I was like, you were hitting.
It took so long. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Bye, Laura. Bye, Laura.
I knew it was some sort of just like hard item that wasn't a gun. And I was like, wow, this game is so gnarly. It lets you do that.
Yeah, and it's the same sort of strat. It's the same sort of strat as what you would do with the gun, where you just walk into his face and slap him with the stick. So it's the same idea, but it's still very scary.
Mary?
No.
Found Mary.
Do I look like your girlfriend? Very pretty. Very pretty lady right there. So now we have Maria. We don't really have to worry about Maria. She kind of takes care of herself, unlike Eileen in Silent Hill 4, who you have to basically hold her hand through everything. Maria is her own boss. She's girl boss, or however you'd like to say it. She takes care of herself, and the only thing is you just don't shoot her. Don't do damage to her. She will die, and if she dies, well, you have to basically go back to where you were. And in my case, I just game saved us. Just go back to the last time I game saved.
Which was a second ago.
Was a second ago.
Because you're always saving.
We're always saving, always saving. But we're gonna go bowling. I kind of want to go bowling. But Maria hates bowling.
I'll wait here. I hate bowling.
There shouldn't be any. It's okay. We're gonna fix things. There shouldn't be anything. I have never had this problem before. Give me a moment.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. There's no noise gate. Let me double check. Sorry, chat. Sorry, everybody. My apologies. We'll fix this as fast as I can. There is no noise gate on my microphone. Oh, I think I know what the I know what the issue is. 1 second.
We're figuring it out. We've got this.
We're getting there. It's sometimes it's a little
Tech is kind of
silly.
the worst in general. Like,
It's because I had to open a new OBS for all my settings got a little changed. So 1 moment. It won't take too long. Let me just figure this out. Okay, that should be there. Desktop. Let me make sure that's popping up. Okay. There we go. I think the settings should all be good now. I think. Are we okay, chat? I don't know.
how you doing, chat?
Sounds
We're good? All
We're
right.
good.
Awesome.
Heck
And
yeah.
go.
Diving back in.
We're on our way to go get some pizza.
Find the lady you were looking for? What's her name?
I will let this cutscene play because it is a fan favorite. Everybody loves this cutscene. Everybody knows this cutscene. But yeah, this is Eddie. We met him earlier in the apartments.
Oh, you're James. We met in the apartment building? Yeah, I remember.
I remember.
But, are you alone here, Eddie? No.
No. no. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
wait.
Let's go after her.
Huh? Laura?
But what?
Laura. Is that her name? That's
What she said.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Oh, that sounds so good
She
though.
was fine by herself. She said a fatso like me would just slow her down. Forget you.
I'm in love with the voice acting.
It's
The
so
voice
good.
acting this game is like it's so jarring, but it's just so good. I like Guy he specifically. He still interacts with fans and everything. He's an absolute treat.
I loved the music that was playing in there, like Akira Yamaoka, pens a very good soundtrack.
Oh yeah, Akira Yamaoka is always he always just puts out banger after banger after banger with the Silent Hill soundtrack, and I'm very very excited to see what his remake iterations are like for this game, because this game has a lot of really, I don't know, it's a lot of classics that I could literally play just while doing my work or doing anything and just listen to it. Same with Silent Hill 3. I mean, all the Silent Hill games. He just puts out so many good tunes.
Mhm.
Over there, it's Laura. So now we're in the hospital. We got some certain things to get here. I'm just gonna skip all that text with saving the game, as always. Just keep on saving. We're gonna go get ourselves a shotgun.
Yay.
Yes, our favorite. I love runs with shotguns. I don't know what it is, but every game I play that has a shotgun, it just so happens that it has to have a shotgun. We got our shotgun, we got our needle, and we're out of there. Hello, nurse.
Hello, nurse.
So normally we would have to go pick up a bunch of codes to open up a lockbox, but because we're on set feed, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. So we're just gonna go ahead and pick up what we need. Where is my mouse? There we go. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. There we go. So where did my mouse go? This run is becoming a little cursed. You know, it's pretty fitting for Silent Hill, though. Mara, I did send you the code.
You sure did.
I did send you the codes, so when we get there, I will let you know, and you can read them out for me. Hi, Pyramid Head. Bye, Pyramid Head. This is where we
Pyramid
get the last
Head.
code.
My beloved.
My beloved Pyramid Head, yes. So that's where we would normally get the last code for the lockbox, but we are just going to skip it entirely, and Mara's going to be reading me off the numbers.
Yes.
All right.
We have
So it's
8321.
8, 3, 2, 1, and
1,
I think
8.
it's 18.
Yep, 1851.
Yep.
Nice.
I was like, I just want to make sure I remember the code specifically. I'm pretty sure I have them locked into my head, but just to be sure,
Just
so
in
I don't
case.
forget.
Now that's really nice about set seed is don't have to deal with that RNG.
Yeah, it does kind of take a lot, like to get a perfect run, essentially. Well, to get the perfect run in this game, it was kind of hefty, and it took a lot of resetting for most folks, so...
Yeah.
And there's just some people who grind this game like crazy, and my hands are just like, I can't. My thumbs.
Yeah.
I can only spam the game save button so much.
I gotta get.
Later, okay?
Yeah, that's
Really important.
yeah, that's one thing with RNG in speedruns is that it gives it good variety, which is great, and also during the resets you are kind of prepared for any situation.
What
But
are you
yeah,
doing,
it's
Laura?
just constant resets.
It's
Constant.
in the desk.
So this is our next boss fight, Flesh Lips. That is the name. It's a very weird name, but that is what the name is. I'm playing this. This is another fan favorite cutscene, so I'm letting it kind of do its thing. But
Oh my
Flesh
God,
Lips
I hate
is
him.
a very weird boss to look
The
at.
door, Laura.
Watch it. I'm a liar, right? Want me to open it? Huh?
I'm very excited to see all these cutscenes in the remake. I hope they go well.
What's the magic word?
Laura?
Okay. I guess I won't open it.
Yeah, Silent Hill bosses in these, like, Silent Hill boss names are always the weirdest things. They're either really normal or very weird. You!
Laura?
Fart face! Oh. Yeah, so Flesh Lips is the actual name for these bosses, or these guys specifically.
And the purple blood.
Yeah, and we got a little sight of the purple blood. You don't get to see it too much. Right. Yeah, normally you can't move in the elevator, but if you save the game, you can't tell me to stop moving. I will do what I want. All right. So now we're collecting a few more items. Keys, batteries, whatever we need. And we're going to go pick up Maria. We dropped her off earlier. If you probably remember, we did drop her off. So we're going to go pick her up. Picking up baby girl.
We love our baby girl.
Yes. She's going to be very upset, though. She's not too happy that we left her. And she's also not too happy that we kind of not really care for her, but we care for our wife more. Go figure.
James.
James.
Anyway, what do you mean anyway?
It'll be nice to see the voice acting too, compared between the OG and the remake.
I think the James, the guy who's doing James, I think he's gonna do a really good job. I like Mary Maria, but I like her Mary rendition more than her Maria as of right now. I don't know. I haven't seen the whole game, so it's hard to say. But we'll see how she does. A lot of the inflections of the voices in this game are pretty intentional, specifically in certain scenes we'll see later on. Excuse me. Get out of my way. Thank you. It's a little... Oh. Yeah, for some reason this door has hands. We're just gonna ignore that entirely and just keep moving. We put some
I will
rings on
not
it.
ignore that.
Why does the door have hands, and why do we need to unlock it with rings?
I'm going to dwell on that for the rest of my life, actually.
Oh no. So in this hallway, normally on hard mode, you'd have to protect Maria with your life. But because we're not on hard mode, we can just kind of leave her behind. She just fends for herself, and unfortunately, even if you were to protect her on hard mode, she still has the same outcome. It's quite unfortunate. Goodbye, parking lot. She was known for the GDQ run. No!
She's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine. All right. So now that Maria is gone again, sadly, we'll see her again. Don't worry. It's James's punishment to see her go through that sort of stuff over and over and over again anyways. So you'll see her again. Don't worry. Don't miss her too much. You'll see her again, I promise. All right. So this is kind of our first adventure through the outside once again. It's kind of a long venture. We get to see all of our enemies. We get the nurses, the lion figures, the mannequins. You get the whole shebang with all the monsters. And you get to see some new ones. You don't really see them too much. You get to see them very briefly, but there's some new monsters as well. But yeah, this whole venture takes a while, and this is why my thumb hurts after like doing this run a few times a day. I'm just like, damn, my thumbs are not built like they used to be.
And imagine if it wasn't set seed as well.
Yeah, that's why I love set seed. I used to actually hate the fact that RNG could be manipulated in this game, because there was some random guy who showed up in a chat and was just like, I know all the answers to everything in your run. And it's just like, how do you know that? And there's the mandarins. So I was like, how do you know that exactly? And they guessed everything correctly, and they did it to a few runners. And nobody could figure out why this person just knew. But it turns out they just kind of knew the seeds for, like, depending on what time the clock was at the beginning of the game. So we were using that for a while to determine the RNG on whether or not we had to reset at the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah. And we figured out how they did it, and then we created like a little program you just put in the clock time, and it will give you the possibilities of what the answers could be for the later puzzles. But now they're set seeds, so we don't even have to worry about that, which is very cool. I think that's very interesting that someone just did that. But yeah,
It was definitely useful for the time, I'm sure.
oh yeah, that was like that was 6 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was a while ago when that got found out. It's been a minute. It's been a while. Also, for those who were here earlier, remember that cutscene we skipped earlier? So we had to text hold there because if we didn't text hold the text that you saw there, it's too dark to read the map and all that shenanigans. If we didn't text hold there, the game would actually soft lock. And that is because the game is trying to play the cutscene that should have played earlier, but it's confused because it's like, well, we're at a different point in the game and this doesn't really make much sense. So the game just breaks. It just completely just destroys itself. So we have to text hold through that corner of the map specifically so we don't have that issue and we don't soft lock. And we do utilize the text holding quite a bit throughout the run here and there. All right, now to the second long-winded run through the outdoors. All right. So now that we got a wrench, we were sent on a little bit of a wild goose chase to go get a wrench and to go dig up behind a statue in the park. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. And that will give us access to the prison or the society museum, historical society museum. Words are hard today. Yeah. And again, if you haven't played Silent Hill and you want to, the Enhanced Edition is such a beautiful way to play the game if you haven't. It makes it really crisp. Like, this is not normally what the game would look like. Usually it's a lot more grainy, a little bit more blurry. Things aren't as sharp. So it looks very sharp, but that's because fans put so much work into making it look like that, which I think they did a wonderful job. So shout outs to the Enhanced Edition team for doing everything and being so supportive of speedrunners as well. And, you know, just doing all this just for the passion. I think that's just awesome.
That's super admirable.
We love that. Yeah, it's very admirable. It's, inspiring. You know, if you love something so much, you just want to help it, make it more enjoyable for other people. Because the original PC version, the PC port of this game is very broken on modern PCs. It doesn't work very well. You have to go through a few hoops to make it work properly and not look like booty cheeks. It just doesn't look good. It works, but it definitely has its problems. So the Enhanced Edition takes away all that pain, and they made it so much easier to set up now. It used to be kind of a pain in the butt to set up, but now it's a lot easier. So if you haven't played Silent Hill 2, the classic, and you're looking forward to the remake, I recommend playing this on the Enhanced Edition. Yeah. So we got this long-winded staircase to go down. I think it takes about a minute to go down. It takes a while. There's a few instances where you're just kind of going through it for a while. You're like, we got long elevators, we got long stairs.
That's kind of.
This isn't like.
Oh no, I was gonna say that's kind of been the running theme for a lot of this game.
Yeah. It's definitely a running theme.
Oh my god.
Running theme. We're running forever. Yeah, James has that Sonder run. I love his little hip sway.
I love it.
I think they definitely have that run back in the remake, and I'm very excited.
I was going to say, things like that, though, really build up that tension because you are not, it's like, do I keep going? Do I turn around? It's never ending. Like, you know.
Yeah. There you go. And so that hole that we just went in there, I don't think you can with the plank. So if you didn't pick up the pipe or the chainsaw, you're basically stuck in there. Right? There you go. All right, so what I just did there, probably very confusing. So I basically manipulated the game to thinking I didn't pick up the spiral key, but I actually did pick up the spiral key, but because I glitched it with the game save, the quick save, it thinks it's in our inventory already once we load the game. So we don't have to do the puzzle in that room. We just skip the bugs, we skip the creepy collies, and we just go straight to, leaving and unlocking the door. It's very nice. All right. So we just saw Eddie there. He thinks killing a person is not a big deal. He's crazy. I don't know what's going on with him. He's got some problems. He's got to work things out. Maybe go seek a therapist or something. I don't know.
Eat more pizza.
Eat more pizzas. Maybe that's it. He just needs more pizza. Ooh, excuse me. Pardon me. All right. So we have a few things we gotta go get. We gotta go get very odd odds and ends, essentially. Wax doll head. We gotta go pick up a horseshoe and a lighter.
That was an ominous sound.
Yeah, it's saying ritual. Ritual. I love the sound of it. It's very creepy. And if you actually go into that room, James is looking. Oh, a little too soon there. Oops. Whoopsie. We're good. All right. If you're actually in that room, James will be looking at something, but there's nothing there. It's like he's looking at the guy who's saying ritual, but you can't see him ever. You can never see where it is or what it is. But you can hear it, and James is looking at it. There we go. Got our lighter. There we go. And we made ourselves a handle.
And it's not a hand.
Like no. All right. Now for our other long-winded thing we have to do is going down this elevator that literally takes a whole entire minute.
Oh, amazing.
So how's your days, guys and gals?
Pretty good. It's going good over here.
Worked from home today, had some Starbucks.
Oh my gosh, huge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Double
nice.
huge.
I went.
We're having. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say that guy Eddie with his pizza made me want pizza. So.
Oh my god, I want pizza.
I would love pizza.
You had an apple pie earlier, I heard, Kat.
I did. I had an apple crumble pie with some vanilla ice cream. It was pretty tasty.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, so this game has like long situations like this where it's like you're going basically down this whole elevator and it's like a whole chute that it just goes down. Same with the stairs. It's just a long staircase that they just made. They just made this giant staircase. It's not like a camera trick. It's just that's how long the staircase is.
That's what they wanted to do.
Yep. That's early days of gaming where practical effects were, you either had to deal with, loading with the fog, and that's how the fog kind of came to be in this game. At least in the first game, there's hardware limitations. But it works out. All right. That puzzle is always the same, depending on the difficulty. And now we're going to go pick up, we're going to go say hi to Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Maria.
She's looking a little stuck. She can't She can't do anything
You're
behind
alive.
those bars, even though there's a door behind her.
Maria, I thought that thing killed you. Are you hurt bad?
No,
Not at all silly.
She's fine.
See?
Don't worry about
I
it.
told y'all.
Yeah, she's doing great.
All right, I'll make sure I pick up those wire cutters because there's times where sometimes I go to pick up those wire cutters too fast, and the game's just like, oh, you meant to go down the ladder, right?
Oh no.
I'm like, no, I did not. We're gonna go back upstairs and go pick up those wire cutters, James. All right. So we're now in the labyrinth. The labyrinth is the same pathing every single time, but your first playthrough in the labyrinth is mega confusing. It's very hard to traverse through here. Like you get confused. The map is not so well made, so to speak. So it just gets very confused. Excuse me.
Sir?
Okay. We're gonna have to.
Buddy?
Can you get out of my way? He never gets in my way. My goodness. Okay, we are... this game is so cursed today. It's a lot of... That's never happened before. Alright. We're almost through the long-winded maze of a labyrinth going deeper and deeper into James's psyche. But we're going to skip a boss fight. Normally there is a boss fight with Angela called Abstract Daddy. We're just skipping that. We don't have to deal with it. We just text hold and we're out of there.
I love that.
And same with this. It's always arson, but the arson can be anywhere. This is the best possibility. The best outcome is having the arson on the first immediate body. But it can be on any 6 of the body. So it's a little tedious if you get it on the one on the way back. All right. Onwards.
Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, and Maria, we found her again.
Maria?
She's not doing so well. Update. She's not doing well again.
She was just fine.
She was fine just literally a minute ago. Now she's not fine. But I'm sure she'll be fine. We'll see. I'm sure we'll see her later. She'll be fine. She'll be healthy. She'll be happy. Yeah. Right?
I think so.
I hope so.
More long hallways.
More long hallways. Yeah, this game is the king of long-winded things. It's really making you work for that venture. But now we're going to say hi to Eddie. Giving a little bit of a tickle on the tummy there. But he's really ready to party. I'm not going to play this whole cutscene because it takes him forever to say, let's party! That's for taking all the pizza, Eddie. That's what you get. He took all my pizza. Now I'm very upset about that.
I would be too.
I'm very upset. He took my pizza. All right. Guess what? It's another long-winded of things. A whole entire minute to row a boat across the lake.
Now,
This game is just fascinating with that.
now, do you have a just random questions about the game and stuff?
Sure.
Do you have a favorite monster? Like a favorite enemy?
I'm not gonna say Pyramid Head, 'cause that's just too generic.
I love him.
I mean, I love him too, but I feel like that's like the classic one that everybody loves. I love the line figures. There's something about them that just feels claustrophobic. It's like my fears of being like, you know, when someone it's like someone wrapped in like this like really tight body bag and they're like stuck and they can't get out and they can't breathe. I find that very fascinating. It scares the idea of it scares me because that's like one of my worst fears.
Yeah, it gives
claustrophobia.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a very claustrophobic, unsettling feeling for sure. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very spooky. So I'd say the lion figure is definitely my favorite personally. All right, so now we are at the hotel. We're gonna go pick up some things. Oh my god. What was that? It's nothing! It's a haunted piano! Shoot it! Oh.
Did I scare you?
No.
Gosh. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, possibly.
The shotgun did
so we're
nothing.
The shotgun did do nothing. So we're gonna do an out of bounds here. I first tried it. Let's go.
Let's go!
I'm an absolute beast. Let's go.
Amazing.
She
Oh
is.
God, actually.
I never get that first try, so I will take it.
Look at her go. That's awesome.
Gaming?
So because we text holded, we were able to go out of bounds and go into the wall and get out and go all the way to the basement without having to drop off all our stuff. Because this game really wants you to drop off your things and say, you're too heavy, drop the stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, my bad. Fine, I'll drop my miscellaneous bag of things. But instead of doing all that, we just go out of bounds and there we go. We don't have to. We can keep all of our things. I don't like it when people tell me to drop off my things. I will keep all of it. Thank you. But it is actually a very hard setup to do. It's not easy. Most times, I am doing it on maybe the second or third try. So getting it first try is, I'm happy.
No, that was
It's
amazing.
The one least cursed thing. I will bag it, tag it, and get out of it. Excuse me. Pardon me. Also, anybody want a can of light bulbs?
Sure.
I don't know why there's a can of light bulbs.
I would love a can of light bulbs.
There's a lot of things I can maybe explain with this game, but that's not one of them.
You know what? There was that trend of like putting cocktails in light bulb shaped glasses, and you were just at a bar, so maybe that's why.
Oh, maybe that's why. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. We're going places. Thank you. For some reason, I had recent trouble with this bag. For some reason, I like go up to it and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go unlock it. Oh, I'm not in front of it exactly, because the hitbox for this game can be kind of a pain in the butt. All right, so our final puzzle that we're going to be doing is the briefcase. You can guess this off on your own if you would like. There are set answers depending on the seed. So it can be hell, dam, dust, town, down. It can be various of different answers, but on set seed, it's hell, because we are in hell, I guess. I don't know. I'm not too sure. We might be. It's Silent Hill. Oh. James, can you keep your light on? We kind of need to see things. Thank you. All right. Put all that piano pieces together. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. Oop. Make sure I'm... Oh. Speaking of hitboxes, this hitbox is always just my nightmare.
You always have to be at like a very specific angle.
Yeah, it's a very specific angle, and it drives me absolutely wild. Anyways, to briefly explain what just happened there, we just watched a film of James doing not so nice things to his wife. So anyways, James realizes what he's done to his wife, and now he's like kind of having like a moment of reflection, if you will. So now he knows what he must do. He knows what he's guilty of. And now he's going to end things. Whatever, take that as you will. I don't know. But before we go to the end of the game, we're going to say hi to Miss Angela and make sure she's okay. This is fine. She's fine. It's just a fire. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
This is fine.
He's
This
so
is fine.
fine.
All right. Oh my goodness. It's like a waltz. Our little friends down below, they won't do anything. They can sometimes stop you from running full stop, and it's very tedious. Maria! See, she's live. She's fine. I think. Hold on. We gotta get a better look.
I think she's fine.
Leave her alone! Leave us both the hell alone! That scream gets me every time.
And the look on his face, too.
Alright, 2 shots. Nice. The double pyramid head fight is basically 2 shots and they're done. And then they assert dominance by T-posing. And then they give us eggs. This game's weird.
I mean, I like eggs.
It's hard
The
to
eggs are pretty
explain
good.
this game. These are one of this game is one of those games where you have to spend like a good hour or 2, maybe even more, just to explain what exactly in detail what's happening.
James.
I brought you some flowers.
Flowers. I don't
Want any damn flowers.
Just go home already.
Mary,
What are you saying? You don't want pizza?
I'm
Disgusting. I don't deserve pizza.
Pizza and flowers, though.
and flowers. She doesn't want either of them.
Aw.
So while we're going up these stairs, James kind of has like this weird thing. It looks like I'm getting stuck on a wall, but it's just because James likes to stop periodically. He just like stops moving as fast as he can, like right there, and right there, and right there. He does this on occasion. But now we're at the Maria boss fight.
James.
Mary Maria.
I've been waiting.
Mary. I'm sorry it took so long.
No, you're not. And time is going to be coming up. Also, please excuse the loud noise. It's about to go down right now. Time's going to be called in 3, 2, 1. Time.
Woo, GG's.
GG's. Alright. But yeah, that was the Silent Hill 2 Enhanced Edition speedrun. We got for anybody who was wondering, we did get the Maria ending. I often get the Maria ending because it usually involves if you don't heal, if you don't heal yourself, usually you'll get that. Either that or you'll get the in-water ending. It's kind of a in-between. But yeah, big shout-outs to the Enhanced Edition devs for putting all of this together. I literally can't thank them enough, and give them as much love as I can to say thank you for making this. This is so cool. And also, I'm really excited for the remake. And Mar, thank you so much for being here with me on commentary. I appreciate you very, very much. Y'all should go check her out. She did the Resident Evil 1 remake run.
Thank you for having me. It was a super, super fun time. I love when you speedrun these games.
Yeah. These games are fun. It's like my cozy game. This is my cozy speedrun. I'm not perfect at it, but it is a cozy run that I very much enjoy. And again, if you guys want to check out the Silent Hill 2 speedrun, or if you guys want to check out Silent Hill 2 OG in general with the Enhanced Edition, highly recommend you look it up, check it out, go see. The community for Silent Hill 2 is always very helpful, very nice, very willing to figure things out for you if you're having any trouble setting things up. Anyways, if you guys want to check me out, twitch.tv/catlink. I've been doing a lot of Silent Hill 2 speedruns as of late, but I also do stuff like Dark Cloud and not speedruns, but I like to play them games. And sometimes I play some Souls games. It's a fun time. We're comfy. And maybe some Street Fighter. I don't know. I'm all over the map, but it's a good time. Thank you very much for having me. And
of course.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night.
Thank you both so much for joining tonight. I was really excited that I had a theme that would fit both of you as runners on my show. So thank you so much. And chat, hang tight because there is going to be more. Stay tuned for Passion Project coming up after the break. And while you're on break, take a nice little stretch, stand up, get some water, snack on something, and we'll see you back soon.